Good morning. Good morning, Rumble. Good morning, Rumble. Good morning, Rumble Studios. Good morning to Twitch. Good morning to X Live. Good morning to YouTube. Good morning to Locals. Good morning to X Live. I put that back up. X Live and everywhere I posted the link to this good stuff of a show, a broadcast. Good morning, all. Good morning to Tina. Good morning, Tim Fan 40. Lots of laugh. Get her done. Yeah, we're getting her done. I'm not sure what that is. What you said there, Tim, on that last one there. But anyway, we are here. Rich Roberts, Fireman Rich, here on Rumble Studios. I'm also on over there on X, Twitter, at Fireman Rich. I'm over as at Fireman Rich on Truth Social, Instagram Threads, Blue Skies, and on the public Facebook, all one word, The Real Fireman Rich. I found a bag on the side of the road this morning. Had clothes and a fifth of lock. Okay, well, that's interesting. I think my sister-in-law, she found a bag on the side of a road yesterday that had some books and a cell phone or something like that. So I don't know. Is this some of the things? Oh, coffee. Okay, it didn't click. I'm having the coffee here. This wouldn't be a morning broadcast. This is 1775 coffee from Rumble. It's a Rumble product, and we're enjoying it again here on this 4th of July weekend, the second day of the weekend here, and slept in a little bit as far as that goes. So I'm waking. This is good coffee. This is smooth. So hopefully if we get up to 10 on the no, we got to get up to 17 people on Rumble for me to talk about this anymore. So, but Rumble, it's good stuff, just like being here on Rumble Studios. Yeah, head books too. Okay. Yeah, there's a lot of people on the roads these days. If you are traveling, be safe. And mine is Folgers. Folgers is good coffee, Tim. I like Folgers. We used to drink a lot of that when I was in the Air Force. As far as if you're part of the coffee, you run in a one container once every 2 months. And good morning, Bug. You leave Jack alone, okay? You want to get up on your chair? Get up on your chair. I'm herding the cats. So this morning, Jack is joining us. Come on, you want to get up here? Okay, go on, up, up. Leave him alone. Okay, we're having a good morning this morning, okay? Yeah, I know, you want to get up here. You want to come up? Want to come up? So we're getting our day started here on this Friday, and I'm going to say it's not the end of the week because we ended the week on Wednesday because this is a 4-day weekend here in the United States, celebrating the 248th birth of this country that I love and that I live in, and I don't take for granted. There's a lot of other people that do. They don't know what the fuck they're talking about. I'll just leave it at that. I used the F word again. I used the F word yesterday in the corn is knee high yesterday in that broadcast. So that's to all the naysayers and stuff like that dog this country. I'm just going to say, get out of here. You don't pay any mind and stuff. Got to be aware of them because they have every right to say what they say. I even though I disagree with them, I do agree they have every right to say, but I say they're totally wrong and they're full of crap, bull crap. But anyway, I hope you have a good start to your weekend here, the 4th of July weekend here, Tina and Tim. I am. We had a good steak dinner last night, and some might be asking Fireman Rich, like I said yesterday in the knee high by the 4th of July special broadcast yesterday afternoon. He said, well, you should be having hot dogs and hamburgers. Well, I did on Memorial Day. I will on Labor Day. In between on 4th of July. If I can have steak, I'm having steak. And then tonight we're having Speedies. So we may have hot dogs and hamburgers this weekend, maybe. I don't know. Maybe we'll have spaghetti. But no, normally you for those three America is great. Yes, I totally agree with that, Tim. That America is great, and and you got to remember when we say America, that includes Canada too. Canada is great. Even though they got a bonehead up there also as their leader, I guess, and stuff. But all in all, this part of the world, I think, compared to what's going on, and that's what you really have to look at. You really have to look at what's going on in other places around the world. People will paint a picture. Oh, they're hunky dory in China. They're hunky dory in Russia. Now, China, yeah, they're okay, I guess. They're our adversaries, but then Russia, the Russian people are being just squashed worse than here. And if you say, if you think the freedom that we enjoy every day, and then those people that are naysayers against it. Talk against it. Well, go live in fucking Russia. Go live in fucking China. Okay. You can't have it both ways. Again, this is just me. That's my freedom of speech. Okay. To those people, it's just like, you're just a bunch of morons. But anyway, moving on. Get back on a positive start to the day. Positive PSTTD, hashtag PSTTD. As far as that goes. But I totally agree with you, Tim. America is great. As much as we have problems and issues and stuff, this country is greater than most people. I'm starting to realize this country, when you really look at it, you really look at the history and what we've gone through compared to other parts of this world, this country is effing great. And stuff like that. It is I try not to take that for granted and stuff. But if you're an American citizen living overseas for a number of years and you can take it for granted, that's your prerogative. But I would say I totally disagree. Yeah, moving on. Thank you, Tim. Thank you. There we go. There's the producer I miss. Usually you just pop in and pop out. There you go. Thank you, Tim. But we had a good day yesterday. I turned the air conditioners off. Let's see, current temperature. It's not too bad out. It's 72 degrees Fahrenheit. It was 71, so it did drop down a little bit. Humidity was a little bit there. Yes, it really is great. Yes, America is really great. The United States of America is really great. And, as far as that goes, let's see, 72. And Tina saying good morning to you, Tim. 72 degrees Fahrenheit equals to 22 degrees, 22 degrees Celsius. And so it's starting. It was 71 just before coming on the broadcast. Jack is sitting there. Okay, that's good. So, but yesterday I could feel the humidity on yesterday's knee high by the 4th of July broadcast. And I was outside showing the 15 acres of corn that's growing right back out here. I can talk about it now. I enjoyed showing that. It's knee high. It was just planted about a month and a week ago. And it grows up. And Tim's saying good morning to Tina. And the thing I did say yesterday, when that corn starts growing, it talks to you. That's what I miss. Keep the windows open. You hear and the corn is talking. As long as no ball players come out, like in Field of Dreams. I don't have a baseball field, so what am I going to do? I got a case of beer in the fridge. I'll sit in the backyard with Lou Gehrig and Babe Ruth and all those guys to as far as that goes. Tina says she's laughing at that one. Yeah, can you imagine that? And it's like, holy crap. That'd be better than the aliens landing out in the field. Let's see. We're going to have some rain showers. Yeah, it looks like the missus said it was raining out here just before I started the broadcast. Rain showers this morning with mostly cloudy conditions during the afternoon hours. High of 86, so it got up to 90 yesterday. But there was some humidity there. Winds light and variable. Chance of rain is 60%. Sun rose this morning at 5:37. We gained a minute there. It was 5:36 yesterday. And it's still stuck on the sun setting at 8:45 p.m. It's currently 6:48 this morning right now. But 5:37. So that was over an hour ago and stuff. I slept in a little bit. I woke up at about 4. I had this little setup, and then I had some other things I had to do. And I laid back down, so that's what we're running a tape. It's the weekend, okay? I'm not going to run. It's the weekend, so he said, "Well, you don't work, Rich." Yeah, I know, but I still maintain my the level of what day of the week it is and stuff. So let's see the world times and temperatures in Honolulu, Hawaii at 12:49 a.m. Currently clear sky, 75 degrees Fahrenheit. In Phoenix, Arizona at 3:49 a.m. If my sister's up. Hi, Kath. How you doing? I got the private Facebook going. I can't get it on the public Facebook broadcasting on Rumble Studio. I have to have 100. I think I only have 88. So we're broadcasting on the private one. So hi to my sister out in Phoenix, where it's clear skies, 93 degrees Fahrenheit. Over there in the windy city of Chicago at 5:49 a.m. Cloudy skies, 72, and right up there, that's right where Tim Fan is at. There in Michigan, but I have cousins up there in Wisconsin and Minnesota. If you're watching on the Facebook, hello, good morning. This is your bonehead cousin. That's live streaming, and they're probably, what the F is he doing? It's like, I'm having fun. I'm having fun doing this. So New York City, the jungle at 6:50 a.m. and it's 6:50 a.m. right now here in the southern tier of upstate New York. Cloudy skies, 73 degrees Fahrenheit. We got cloudy skies, I guess you could say. Down there or across the pond, the Atlantic Ocean in Cork, Ireland at 11:50 a.m. Cloudy skies, 61 degrees Fahrenheit. In Milan, Italy at 12:50 p.m. where they're finishing up Mangia, 82 degrees Fahrenheit, sunny and clear in Milan. Over to Kuala Lumpur at 6:50 p.m. in their early evening, thunderstorms in Kuala Lumpur, 81 degrees Fahrenheit. Tokyo, Japan at 7:51 p.m. Clear skies in Tokyo, 88 degrees Fahrenheit. And down there on the great continent and country of Australia, we have Melbourne, Australia at 8:51 p.m., 52 degrees Fahrenheit, cloudy with a little clearing. And in Sydney, it's cloudy in Sydney at 8:51 p.m. also, but they're at 59 degrees Fahrenheit. And those are our world times and temperatures as I speak. We do have a thought for today on this 4th of July weekend from a individual named Tim O'Reilly. He's an Irish businessman. Sir Anthony John Francis O'Reilly was an Irish businessman and international rugby union player. He was known for his try scoring in rugby, his involvement in the Independence News and Media Group, which led from 1973 to 2009, and CEO and chairman of H.J. Heinz Company. Oh, wow. So he was here in the United States. So this is a pretty decent quote here. And it goes as follows. Let's see, what do we have? We have, it goes as follows. You win and you lose. And if you don't know how to lose, you don't know how to live. And I'm one that's always saying, you're going to fall, but you're going to get back up. And you're going to try and recover, like the current president. He's not going to recover, though, in that case. I wish him well, but we won't go down that road. But the saying is, we're always going to have failures to reach that overall success, okay? And I've had my failures, but I could say at this particular point, at this particular time in my life, and I'm very successful, I think. I may not have a lot of money. I may not have a lot of things, but I do know I have a solid family. I have a lot of friends, and you are all included in that. The folks that, you all in the chat, you're my friends, but I do have a lot of friends here and coworkers that are my good friends. I have good friends that I met in the Air Force. I still maintain. So that right there raised two beautiful children that are young adults now, and they're succeeding. You don't have to have a lot to be successful. Okay, you don't have to have a lot. Success is in the eye of the beholder, I guess, in a matter of speaking. So I would agree with them. You're going to win, and you win, you lose, and you don't know how to. If you don't know how to lose, you have to be. I don't say be a good user, but you have to have a great field of corn. Yeah, there we go, Tina. You know who would say that? That you say that Mr. Takamizawa. He was the one that before we even moved into the house. We bought this house when we were in Japan at Yokota Air Base. Still, when I was getting ready to transition, retire out of the Air Force. As far as a year before we and I got pictures. And I told you all the story. He says, Sergeant Roberts, you have a field of dreams. I go, what the hell are you talking about, Mr. Takamazawa? He says, the movie, Field of Dreams. You have a field of dreams in your backyard, and that's what I call it. That's my field of dreams. So, and so I'd say, yeah, Tina, and have a great field of corn. Because the corn, like I said yesterday, if it's knee-high by the 4th of July, that's going to be a good crop back there, and that's cute. Yeah, that is cute. So Tim O'Reilly's quote, you win and you lose. And if you don't know how to lose, you don't know how to live. You got to take the good. You got to take the good. You got to take the bad, or the good with the bad with the good, whatever, how you want to say it. And but you have to learn to lose. Don't accept it. If you lose, make it get you pissed off for next time you win. That's what it is. It's a motivating factor. Tina says yesterday. So thank you, Tony O'Reilly. God bless and Godspeed. The National Day. We have, let's see, our National Day. Good morning, Thamer. Thamer coming in from Riyadh, the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Good to have you. Glad to have you yesterday during that broadcast when we were talking about the cornfield. We're just That's going to be the subject here. My cornfield out there. Is anything coming out of there? It's the corn is only knee high. So, but Thamar over in Riyadh, where currently it's 1:56 p.m., 108 degrees. Woo, hot stuff there. Cloudy with some sun and some sun. And Tina saying hi to Thamar. Our National Day today, of course, we got 4th of July weekend going on, but let's see what else we have. National Hawaii Day. Nope, throw that in the trash bin. National Bikini Day. Ooh, that's an interesting one. Ooh. We'll park that one aside. We're going to go with National Graham Cracker Day. Who doesn't like graham crackers? Graham crackers are great. I like graham crackers. We only have 3 selections there. Hashtag Graham Cracker Day. July 5th recognized 1/3 of the s'mores. It's National Graham Cracker Day. Hopefully you'll save a few crackers if you were busy making more s'mores over the Independence Day. Yeah, that's last night, having a fire. That was cool, good and stuff. Good day, Graham Cracker Day. Yeah, today is Graham Cracker Day and stuff like that. So let's see. It was Sylvester Graham first invented the slightly sweetened cracker. He intended it as a health food back in the 1800s. The Presbyterian minister developed the cracker as part of the Graham diet program. They were made with whole wheat graham flour and added bran and wheat germ. He believed his snack would curb sinful cravings. Eat a graham cracker and the sins will go away, I guess. So hashtag National Graham Cracker Day. Let's see. Yesterday we did have a audio podcast on the Spotify for podcasters. We talked about Voyager 1. Voyager 1 woke up from a little bit of a slumber. They resent the code to recode it, and it woke up and it's functioning. Voyager 1, that's a space probe launched by NASA back in September 5th, 1977. That's a week before I went in the Air Force. Now, 2 launched a week earlier, but this is one we're focusing on because Voyager 1 is actually further than. So we talked about how Voyager from the Star Trek movie, Voyager 1. And as part of the Voyager program to study the outer solar system and interstellar space and beyond the sun's heliosphere, it was launched 6 days after its twin. 16 days. So it's 2 weeks afterwards, 16 days after its twin. So we talked about that yesterday on the audio podcast, and I'm glad to see it's still running. They're concerned about the batteries, though. The battery is a nuclear battery, I think. I think there was some controversy about that being launched with nuclear on board, but it's still ticking. It's just that what is it? What am I trying to say? It's been some 47 years or something like that. So let me see. Where's the article here? I'm looking for I had the article here. What the hell was the title here as far as I guess it's below here. Let's see. Oh, there it is. Yeah, Voyager 1 returning scientific data. So it's not just I'm here. It's returning some data, scientific data from all 4 instruments after months of radio silence. Okay, they had the reprogramming. It takes almost a day or 2 days for the information to get up there and then come back. So they recoded it, and it's still flying. Venture on, Voyager 1. Venture on. We appreciate that. Let's see our history for the day. We just started, so it's only 25. I don't have to take a break, but we're gonna go ahead and let's go ahead and do 100 years ago today. So that way Tina can go over and see how Hal, one of the great, he's one of my 5 great broadcasters. I was thinking about that. the last few days. Who are the great broadcasters that I enjoy watching and listening to? Tony D is number one. Let's see. Well, number one actually is Jim Figerty, Jim Figerty. Number two is would be Tony. Number three would be Hal. He's up there. Number four would be Michael. No, actually, Michael's number three. Total Dad is number four. What did I have? I had Jim Figerty, Tony, Michael, Hal. Hal is number four, and then Total Dad. Those are my five top broadcasters here on this thing called the internet, and I enjoy watching them. Let's get to 100 years, and we do have a video this time, folks. We do have a video. Let's see. Let me bring this up. 100 years ago. Got to swing this over here. We got to turn off the text. And let's line this up a little bit better. There we go. How's that look? Yeah, that looks good. Okay, let's go ahead and listen to 100 years ago. And this is as of Wednesday. So Monday I had to read it. I don't like reading it. I'm not that good. I'm not as good as this guy. All right, let me turn my camera off too for a minute here. Hang on. Here we go.
Well, over 300 arrests for public intoxication and a big celebration for Montrose's 100th anniversary. Broome County historian Roger Luther has the news that made headlines in Broome County 100 years ago today, brought to you by Broome County Recycles.
100 years ago today, Binghamton is expected to have a safe and sane 4th of July this year. There will be an elaborate fireworks display, and officers will be on the lookout for obnoxious use of noisemakers. Several people from this area are traveling to Montrose tomorrow to celebrate that city's 100th anniversary. The dedication and formal opening of the new George F. Johnson School at West Endicott is all set for July 14th. 322 people were arrested in Binghamton last month, and despite prohibition, most of the arrests were for intoxication. Members of the Ku Klux Klan have been arriving in Binghamton today to attend the three-day event at Stowe Park parade through town. And finally, a Spalding collided with a parked car this morning on Washington Avenue in Endicott. There were no injuries, but the street was littered with molasses cookies. That was the news 100 years ago.
Oh, molasses cookies. Oh, my God. The bakery truck collided with a parked car, and there was no injuries, but the street was littered with molasses cookies. I wonder if all the kids came out of the woodwork. Oh, that is so funny. That is funny. We have some intoxication going on there. As far as 322 people were arrested. How many? Wow. And despite prohibition, most were arrested for time. That was back 100 years ago. That was back in prohibition. I'm not going to talk about that other one about those people arriving. I don't even. But they were prevalent 100 years ago. Thank God they aren't this 100 years later. We've gotten smart. The dedication and formal open of the new George F. Johnson School. George F. Johnson. He was the creator and proprietor and CEO and all that of Johnson Shoe Company, a major shoe company here. Yeah, rowdy bunch there. But they were arrested 322 as far as that goes. But several people are traveling to Montrose tomorrow. Montrose, that's down there in Pennsylvania to celebrate the city's 100th anniversary. So it's 100 years later. So Montrose, PA is 200 years old. And a safe and sane 4th of July. I think this year it's been a safe and sane one. No elaborate fireworks displays. Of course, look out for obnoxious users of noisemakers and also the drunks, the 322 folks so that's always funny. That is always funny. So that's better watching the video than me saying it. Okay. I can't be that And Tina's laughing at that one. So there we go. That's cool. We got 9 people on Rumble. Thank you, Rumble. Let's get that up to 10, 11 so I can do a campaign. I like doing the campaigns. I like ad-libbing them. I guess Rumble allows the broadcaster to ad-lib as long as they pay attention to the script. So I need a couple more there, folks. Let's see if we get that up to 17. Let's see. So there we go. Tina, you got to leave. I know you got Hal is on. Michael's on. Michael Bathurst is on. So just to say the recap, my 5, Jim Figerty, Tony D, Michael Bathurst, Hal, and Total Dad. Those are the 5 there that are up. And I always like highlighting them as far as here on Twitch. There's a couple I don't mention anymore or don't watch anymore because they're just a bunch of bonehead morons. Sometimes I wonder why you watch them though. Like I don't know because I don't watch this. I peek in once in a while, okay? I know they peek in on me. And Tina's here. She's on Rumble. Okay, thank you, thank you, Tina. You're on Rumble. No, it went down to 6. I was at 9. That would have got me to 10, but it dropped. Oh, we went back up to 7. No, I can't. I can't do a campaign ad. No, I got to wait till I'm at 10. We're at 7. Don't worry about it, Tina. Don't worry about it. I'm not. If it happens, it happens. I just have fun with it. It's exciting. To me, it's fun. Is it going to happen? No, okay. If I don't, it doesn't matter. Oh my, no problem, Tina. We're back up to 7. We're a total of 10 people, though. What do we have over on? We have. We don't have anybody over on Twitch. Okay, we'll see you later, Tina. Ciao. And Michael's hosting 9 people on X Live. Oh no, we have 0 people on X Live. I tried. Yeah, you tried. I appreciate it. No problem. That's all we can do is try, as far as that goes. And my good friend Michael from the Minister Mike, just a husband, father, retired firefighter that can't stay retired, U.S. Air Force veteran, looking just to kill time and see who's thriving. He's out there in Missouri. Good morning, Mike, if you're watching. I just seen that you favorite, and I favorite his. He said, "Good morning, my people." I say good morning. He's one guy I say good morning to. He's over there on X at the Minister Mike 1. So God bless you, sir. Thank you for your service. Let's see the rest of history here. Let's see what we got here going. And for those folks, just to explain it, they may think, okay, Tina's leaving and stuff. That's her prerogative, okay? I don't lose any sleep about it because I know there's 1 or 2 broadcasters that I've gotten word back that they think that's wrong, and I said no, I don't think it's wrong. She has every prerogative, and I think that's very courteous of her to say, hey, Hal puts on a great broadcast. He's a radio entity. I usually listen to him or Jim, or I bounce back and forth in the cheap seats there after I'm done with this broadcast, as far as that goes. So I don't look at it that way. As far as Tina spent a little time here, and I know she enjoys watching or listening and watching 100 years ago today, as far as that goes. So I accommodate her because she's been a long time viewer here, and I can accommodate. I can switch it around a little bit. I have that prerogative. Let's see in our history today. To continue with that, then I'm going to have to take a break. I need some more coffee. This 1775 coffee company coffee, grounded dark roast from Rumble, is freaking great. I like it. That's not an ad. That's just me as a consumer. No affiliation with 1775. Full disclosure. No association with 1775 coffee company, a product of Rumble. I just enjoy the coffee, so I like expressing it. They don't have to pay me extra change there. Let's see. 10 years ago today, the Juno spacecraft was launched from Cape Canaveral, Florida, on a mission to study Jupiter. having now completed 42 flybys, Juno has undoubtedly provided some of the most beautiful and stunning images ever seen, with Jupiter appearing like a canvas upon which colors move and swirl in combination. So, and I saw a picture there from I think it was either on space.com or NASA, where you had Jupiter right there, okay, but there's two moons going across because Juno is out here, so it caught two of the moons going across, and you had Jupiter in the background. It was a really neat picture. So let's see, back in 1687, that's a long time ago, Sir Isaac Newton published his formulation of laws of motion, which formed the foundation of classical mechanics as well as the laws of universal gravity. Let's see, in 1865, William Booth founded the Salvation Army in London. Oh, the Salvation Army got started in London, England. Okay, I thought it was the United States. Let's see. 1975, Arthur Ashe. I liked him. I wasn't a fan of tennis back then, but Arthur Ashe, he was pretty cool. Became the first black man to win Wimbledon singles, and I remember that. 1975. I was a junior in high school. And let's see, over on the AP side. Let's see what we got here. On the AP side. Oh, today, July 5th. What year was this? 1996. Dolly the sheep. I remember this too. Dolly the sheep, the first mammal cloned from an adult cell by scientists at the Rosalind Institute at the University of Edinburgh, was born. That was Scotland, University of Edinburgh. So the first cloned sheep. I don't think we've had much. I think there's some controversy with that, as far as ethics and all that, of course. Start cloning humans. You never know. They might be cloned humans. Who knows? I don't know. But it's a science that was ahead of its time, and there was a sheep there named Dolly. I wonder what happened to Dolly. 1811, Venezuela became the first South American country to declare its independence from Spain. Okay. And 1852, Frederick Douglass delivered the speech, "What to the slaves is the 4th of July," at up there in Rochester, New York. Is Frederick Douglass? Let me see about him. I need to check him out here. Let's see. Let's see, Fred. We mentioned him. I want to get the bio on him. He's a great American. We've had quotes from Frederick Douglass and also on our thought for the day. Let's see. Frederick Douglass, an American writer. He was born down there in Maryland and passed away at age 77 in Washington, D.C. He was a scholar reformer, an American reformer, African-American reformer, to be exact, abolitionist, orator, writer, and statesman. After escaping from slavery in Maryland, I thought Maryland was one of the free states. Okay, but he came here to New York, where I think he lived up there in Rochester. Became a national leader, an abolitionist in the Massachusetts and in Massachusetts and here in New York, gaining note from his dazzling orator. He was a great speaker and writer. He was and he advised. He bended Abraham Lincoln's ear. That's for sure. A great American writer. So, but Frederick Douglass gave a very impactful speech up there in Rochester, which was entitled, "What to the Slaves is the 4th of July." I'm going to have to pick that up and read that. That should be pretty interesting. Let's see. In 1865, the Secret Service Division of the U.S. Treasury Department was founded in Washington, D.C. with the mission to suppress counterfeit currency. That was their prime mission, to counter counterfeit. But the Secret Service ended up being, I guess, after that, the security detail for the president. I think of that, and I'm thinking of James West, the Wild Wild West show with Robert Carner. That was a good. I liked that. And then the movie that Will Smith made, that was a pretty good movie. I think there was a second one. I'm not sure. I have to look that up. 1935, President Franklin Delano Roosevelt signed the National Labor Relations Act. And 1937, Hormel introduced a canned meat product. Can you guess what it was? 1937. Oh, wow. Okay. It was called Spam. More than 9 billion cans have been sold since. And every time I go in the store, I always see the Spam there. I've had it in my day. It's good. I like it with scrambled eggs. 1940, during World War II, Britain and the Vichy government, that's the French government in France, broke off diplomatic relations. The Vichy government was a puppet government that Nazi Germany put in place after it took over. They actually had southern Germany, while Germany had the northern part, Paris and all that area, going over to the Channel. 1943, the Battle of Kursk began during World War II. In the weeks that followed, the Soviets were able to repeatedly repel the Germans, who eventually withdrew in defeat. That was the turning of the tide on the Western. That was the Eastern Front, and Russia just kept on rolling. Oh, this is why it's one of our selections for the National Day was Bikini Day. It's 1946. The modern bikini, designed by Frenchman Louis Reard, R-E-A-R-D, I don't know how to pronounce that, was first modeled in Paris. I bet you that turned some heads. Let's see here. We have let's see. Okay. 1954, Elvis Presley recorded the first signal, That's All Right, at Sun Studios in Memphis, Tennessee. So, and in 1971, President Richard Nixon certified the 26th Amendment to the United States Constitution, which lowered the minimum age of voting from 21 to 18. And it was several years later there, I was in high school when I voted. My first election was former President Carter and former President Ford were going against each other, and Ford was the president after President Nixon resigned. I actually met President Ford, and I've got my president. I've actually shook hands with the president and talked to him. President Ford, a very gracious man. You know, sometimes you see these guys, and I'm trying to, and I have that sort of light with some other presidents and even our current one, even though he's a bonehead and he should just move on. But anyway, shaking President Ford's hand was one of the greatest highlights of my life, I guess. And talking to him, I talked to him for a good 10, 15 minutes while he was waiting for his motorcade there at Hanscom Air Force Base in the fire station. And But I voted for him. Of course, he lost to Jimmy Carter. Jimmy Carter, God bless him. I ragged on Jimmy Carter for a number of years, but I have a whole different light as far as he actually worked up to the last minute of his presidency, where I thought, I guess for a number of years, I thought he didn't do squat, but he worked up to, along with other people, the last minute, but he had some obstacles in his way. An outgoing president, you know, Iran didn't want to deal with it. Of course, they were probably offered a better offer from incoming President Reagan, and which history shows that they did. They waited for the better deal. You know, you got an outgoing president that's not going to be president in a couple of, they're not going to listen. but he tried. That's what counted. He tried. So I have and former President Carter. He went on to do some good work with the Houses for Habitat or something like that. So God bless you, sir. He's still alive. He's still kicking. He's our oldest president, living president, and a great American. I'll say all presidents, I guess, are great. A certain level, you look at what the president, the office of presidency is nothing to scarf at. Even with this current one, I have my doubts. Is he really in control? But he's still the president. Until you meet a president, even a former president, okay, thinking, okay, this is just, they're an ordinary guy. But once it's just, there's that aura. They were present. They were the leader of the greatest country on this earth. And it's hard to explain, okay? Even to this day, this is years later, President Ford has passed away, but I still remember that, shaking his hand. It's just like, my God, it was just overwhelming in a sense for me as a young man and such. So let's see. Of course, Arthur Ashe. Oh, he defeated Arthur Ashe when he won Wimbledon. He defeated Jimmy Connors. That's right, Jimmy Connors. He was another good tennis player back in the day. In 1980, Bjorn Borg became the first male player to win 5 consecutive Wimbledons. Man, he was a monster on the court. He was a monster. 1974, Amazon was founded by Jeff Bezos as an online marketplace for books. Wow. That's like 20 years ago. Look at where Amazon is now. Oh my God, they're on my TV. Oh God. Let's see. I just saw that. I don't like the there we go. Yeah, Jeff Bezos, man. He came from his that was another one of those start in the garage like Apple. He started in the garage marketing books. And so that's it with the history there as far as that goes. Let's see. In baseball, we had some early games yesterday. I had the ball game on, but I didn't watch it. I had it on the back TV here in the afternoon. Let's see. Wednesday night, the Cincinnati Reds beat the Yankees, and the Mets lost to the Nationals on Wednesday night. Last night, the Mets lost again to the Nationals, and the Cincinnati Reds beat the Yankees last night. So today, the Yankees will be hosting the Red Sox down at Yankee Stadium tonight at 7:05. And I think, let's see, the Mets, they're playing the Pirates. They're in Pittsburgh playing the Pirates tonight at 6. And I think that's who they play through the weekend. Yeah, the Mets play the Pirates, Red Sox play the Yankees tomorrow, Saturday, and then Sunday. So we'll be talking about who wins this series. I'm curious about I'm going to be watching some of the Red Sox Yankees. That's always a good. That's an all-time big-time rivalry as far as that goes. Sputnik 11, Massa and Tucker interview. I know who Tucker. That's Tucker Carlson you're talking about, right? So who is the other guy? I don't know who the other guy is. He's an American politician and entrepreneur, a member of the Republican Party. Massa was known as representative. I haven't seen that interview, to be honest with you, so I can't comment on it. I know who Tucker Carlson is. Was it an interesting? Is that interview here on Rumble? Sputnik? It's the Massey Tucker interview on Rumble. I'll have to check. Let me see if it is. It'll be highlighted. Let me check the. Yes. Okay. I'm going to have to check that afterwards. I haven't seen it yet. Let me see. Let's see. It's probably one of the editor's picks, right? Let me see. Let me. I'm checking Rumble right now. Okay, there it is. It came out. Oh, that's a month old. That interview is over a month old, so I'm gonna have to look at it. I don't know who that gentleman is, to be honest with you, Sputnik. I know who Tucker Carlson is. I like Tucker Carlson. That's a 2 hour and 9 minute interview, so I'm gonna have to look at that. I'll have to get back with you. No, don't link. I just I don't want. You can't link. No, I could talk about it. I don't like links in the thing. I'll talk about it. Just for those folks that are watching, it's Tucker Marcy Tucker. I just put in Marcy/Tucker interview in the search bar, and that's the interview, because there's the thing of it is, if I allow that, there's like 5 other people. There's a whole bunch of people that reference that interview. So I don't want to be specific. Okay. I'll mention the interview, but I don't like doing links as far as if they're links to my pages. But I appreciate you bringing that up. That's an interview that took place. It looks like 24 days ago from what I'm seeing on the Rumble. And that's one of the good things about Rumble. He's interviewing. I think is Carlson still doing the X Live broadcast too? I don't see that much, right? Because I know he got slammed by Fox, which I thought was a crock. But Tucker, I think I like Tucker. I don't agree with the majority of stuff I like on Tucker, but I'll tell you the interview I liked of interviews is just before this Hamas Israel shit that went down, was the interview by the Crown Prince and Tucker or Brett Baer on Fox. That was a great interview. I thought that just hearing the Crown Prince, because he doesn't normally talk in English, and it looked like everything was coming to where, and then all of a sudden Hamas pisses on the party and stuff like that. So, I have no love loss. Okay, I appreciate you asking and stuff like that. I thank you very much and stuff, but no, I think even if you put the link in, I don't think it would take and stuff. But I will highlight the interview. So thank you, Sputnik11. I appreciate that. As far as that looks interesting, but the individual, all he is, was it a pretty interesting, compelling interview? I mean, I only have so much in a day, but just the fact that you mentioned it, that's got to be an interesting. Because I see on the Rumble, there's a lot of people that reference that interview. So something must have been said. The full interview. Yeah, there's Hill. There's there's quite a few people. Yeah. Oh, very interesting. Okay, it's got my attention then. Because if Tucker Carlson's saying something, I'm surprised there hasn't been any news about Tucker. So, which doesn't surprise me, because he's been squashed. I think Tucker Carlson, he actually puts it right out there in front, and I think he's a great journalist. He's one of the few people I could say is a journalist still, because he sees both sides, but he has his core values and stuff like that, and I respect him with that. So, thank you for mentioning that, Sputnik. I greatly appreciate that. I can say, let me go ahead and pin this up so they can see the name. Sputnik11 is making us advise, if you want to see the Masa Tucker interview, just go on Rumble and put in the search bar Masa Tucker interview, and you'll see a whole selection that you can go ahead and check out that interview. So thank you, Sputnik11, as far as that. Am I following you? Or are you following me? Give me a follow. I'll follow you back. See, that's the interesting conversations we have here. I just met you here on Rumble, and I appreciate you being here on Rumble. Rumble is a great platform, and and believe me, if this is on Rumble, it's an interesting interview. I can tell you that, because Tucker Carlson is I think he's a good guy. I like him. As far as that goes, and we'll do. Okay, thank you, Sputnik. I'll make sure. Let me write that down. Follow Sputnik on Rumble. Follow Sputnik. I don't, just to give you a background there, Sputnik, I don't like to be too controversial. In the beginning of the broadcast, I spouted out on other broadcasters. I do that every now and then. I'm trying to control my thing there. So, in general, if we keep it in general, I'm fine with it. But again, I don't like putting, unless they really highlight of something of that's outside the political and religious realms, because I know, as far as I do, that you get into that. You go down that road and you get all the, it's all over the board and stuff like that. People on those two subjects nowadays. I just found that people are set in, the majority of the people are set in their stances on those two subject matters as far as that goes. Okay, I just seen that you just followed me, Sputnik. Let me follow you back here. Let me get to my Rumble app, because I got the Rumble Studio app. Let me go ahead and. Let's see, we'll do an online follow of Sputnik. There he is. Check out his channel. Oh, you do? Okay, you do. That I see the sailboats, this water. Wow, okay. First impressions, I like the water. I like the sailboats. Oh, that's pretty cool. Let's go ahead and give you a follow there. There we go. I'm following you now. So they're on the sailboat. Looks like, they're taking out a typewriter. Okay, I'm gonna have to check your channel out. That looks pretty good. Okay, so you do broadcasts. That's good. I'll be checking that out, Sputnik. Thank you for, glad to have you. Thank you for the follow, and appreciate it. Oh, we're at 11 people on Rumble. All right, let's go ahead and see what kind of campaign ad we can do. Let's see. Can I do the coffee one? I don't think I can do the coffee one. You need 17. So let's go ahead and do, let's see. No, you know what? We're going to do, because one of the places I'm at, and one of the places that I post at is on this platform. I know there's some people that don't like it. I do like it. New York Post is on it, and Rumble is on it, and that's Truth Social. Big tech is suppressing free speech, as we see. That's one of the main reasons I'm on Rumble also, is because of big tech. You can't put all your eggs in one basket, but big tech is suppressing free speech everywhere, and it's clear their censoring campaign is going to get even worse. That's why you see a lot of people moving from other platforms over here to Truth Social. The True Social movement, your voice, your freedom. Sign up today. You can get the app on the iOS and Android. Without free speech, we won't have a free society. That's why we need to dump the big tech. Get rid of it. I think I'm on all of them still, but just in case, I can count on this, just like I can count on Rumble Studios. At Truth Social, you can get all your news, and I do, as far as the New York Post is on there. Primarily, that's where I look at my New York Post online news for news and opinions. Set up or join groups. I haven't really joined the groups, but it's there based on your hobbies and interests, and make yourself heard on any issue without being squashed by big tech and censored. And we've seen examples of being censored on those other platforms. Join the network that is the leading platform for directing unfiltered access to Donald Trump's social media posts. And people will get bent out of shape because it's Donald Trump. Get over it, okay? This is a decent platform, okay? If you want instead access to all of former President Trump's announcements, plans, and reactions to the biggest issues of the day, Truth Social is a social media platform. Yeah, you got direct access. You know what he's doing, because he's not over on those other platforms. Okay, I'm not going to mention their names, but he's here. More than 50% of this country voted for him. So, you can't, and we're not all stupid, folks. Break free of big tech suppression. Strike a blow against cancel culture. And that's a big one right there. Screw cancel culture. And reclaim your right on Americans' premier free speech social platform. Join Truth Social today. You can get it on iOS and Android. I have it on my my Android track phone, and I appreciate it. It's a great platform. Thank you Truth Social. Check them out. And I'm on Truth Social at Fireman Rich on truthsocial.com. So there we go. I don't know. It went down to 7. I'll be interested to see. I started at 10. It went down to 7. It'll be interesting to see. But yeah, that's one of the platforms I'm on. And as far as that goes, and let's see, get into the quotes. Spucknick says thanks. Yeah, no problem. My pleasure. Glad to be following you also here on Rumble. Rumble's a great place, and I'm enjoying it here. It's another place where free speech can flourish. The other platforms don't mention that, though, because X is censored. They have a history of censoring. Facebook, YouTube. Matter of fact, one of the reasons Rumble Studios started is because of the censoring that YouTube was doing. They said, screw that. And Twitch does because that's how Kick got started. And we're broadcasting on Kick. That's our 7th platform that we're broadcasting to. Matter of fact, let's look at Kick. How are we doing on Kick? Oh, we're doing good. Let's see. How many people do we have over Kick? There's nobody on Kick. I only have 17 followers on Kick. But we're broadcasting on Kick, which is good. And the picture looks really great. Okay, so we got our campaign in. I got to remember about this Tucker Carlson. Let me write that down so I can look at that. Tucker. What is that interview? That's Tucker Mozzie. I'll be looking at that today. Interview. If I put it on my list, that means I'm gonna be looking at it instead of some other boneheads and stuff. So there it is. It's on my. I'll be watching that today. Let's see. I need to refresh my coffee. So I think this will be a good point to take a break because we've been on for an hour. Okay, so let's go ahead and we'll take a break, and I'll be right back, folks. We are back here on the Friday morning coffee 07.05.2024 at Rumble Video at Twitch broadcast, and we have our second cup of coffee. As far as that goes, 1775 coffee from the coffee company of the same name, a Rumble product. It's good coffee. It's a premium coffee, so I won't be buying this every day. But it is a good coffee. And Rumble, you got a good product here. I don't know why I can't do the campaign. I got to have 17 people. I already did my one campaign. I'm not sure if that's going to I'm just looking at the campaigns. Just see what they got here. Patriarch, they got some interesting stuff here to talk about. But I like to try it first, and I can talk about it now that I've tried it, so I have no problem doing the campaign. But I don't even think that you can have the campaign on here anymore. So you can talk about oh, there it is. You got to have 17 people. One of these days I'll get up to 17. Right now we bounce over 10, so I'm appreciative of that. So thank you very much for the Rumble folks that bounce me over the top 10, so I can do these campaign ads for Rumble and stuff like that. They're when I do them, they're technically sponsoring me, so I appreciate that, Rumble. It's a great asset. You don't see this on other platforms. They don't have that on Twitch, that's for sure. You can monetize on Twitch, okay, and I do. So Twitch is. I'm not saying Twitch is a good place to be at, but I think Rumble is just slightly better because of the ad campaign that they provide for their. I think it's a great thing, and I hope it's successful. I want it to be successful. So, and you get monetized right out of the gate here on Rumble. So I think that's pretty cool. It's a few extra pennies. Few extra dollars every 6 months or so. I have yet to receive anything, but because of the ad campaign, I'm getting closer to that threshold. I think you can cash out at $50, so it's the same as over on Twitch. But Rumble is I greatly you are way ahead of Twitch in that aspect because of that format and stuff. I do hope I do see some top broadcasters talk about coffee 1975. And stuff. So I hope that coffee I think I like the coffee. It's good coffee. So just having. I did do one ad campaign on it before it was at 10. The threshold was at 10, and now it's up to 17. So I think I did do it once before I bought the coffee. So I did. I think when I did that, I said I was planning on buying the coffee. Of course, you have commercials over there on Twitch. There's some commercials going on. They give me notifications. They're starting over there. They have, but you don't really have that many commercials. I think the commercials are over on the mobile side of the house as far as that goes. So let me see what we have else in the news here as far as what's happening here. Cone's ice cream fundraiser at AJ's. What's this at? Oh, this is an interesting place. Let's see. On Friday, July 5th, Cone's Ice Cream is hosting a fundraiser for the Presto family. Early this summer on June 14th, AJ suffered a spinal cord injury. Ooh, see, my kid brother, he had a spinal injury when he was a serious swimming accident. Huh, that's good of them. Oh, that's out in Port Crane. Let's go ahead and see what this is all about here. Turn this off, and it's a fundraiser. I'm curious. So we're going to go ahead and let's see, get this started here, and we'll see what it's all about.
Local ice cream shop in Port Crane will be hosting a fundraiser to support the family of AJ Presto. On June 14th, AJ suffered a spinal cord injury after a serious swimming accident. And in order to help the Presto family through this hard time, a friend of AJ's came up with the idea for the fundraiser at Combs. From 5 to 9, 20% of all the proceeds will go to the Presto family. There will also be various items for raffle like a Nintendo Switch, a bike, Rumble Ponies tickets, and other raffle baskets.
He's so strong, and if anyone can get through this, I know it will be him. He's everyone's friend. He's that guy that is just nice to everyone, and you know, he's always there for everyone else. So I think it's our time to be there for AJ.
So that's Madison, a classmate of AJ, and it's a fundraiser for this young man's take care of the finances there for a spinal injury, which I can. My kid brother had a spinal injury, and when he was a firefighter there in Newburgh, New York, he was coming home and he got in a car accident, and he, I think it was his third or fourth vertebrae it crushed as the car went against a telephone pole, and oh. We don't want that. We want this one. I'm doing it again. But Willie there, he ended up going through rehab, using a chair, paralyzed from the waist down, and due to an accident. And so I hope that's very successful for AJ, for all those folks out in Port Crane. That's a ways away. That's almost a 45-minute drive from. That's over in Broome County. So best of luck. I'm sure the way that young lady's talked about AJ there, I think he's going to be all right and stuff like that. He sounds like he's one of the good guys. So let's see what else we got on that. That was on Fox. No affiliation of Fox. I got to keep on saying that. I just like presenting this. Let's see, what's this one about? Oh, this one's an interesting one. American Legion Post 1645 honors those who fought for freedom, as far as that goes. So let's go ahead and look at this one. Oh, did it again. I hit the wrong button. I hit the wrong button again. That's the logo. Let's go ahead and see what this one is all about here. And go.
And we all love our holiday barbecues and picnics, but it's also a time of remembrance as veterans at American Legion Post 1645 remember those who serve for our freedom. New York is currently home to over 800,000 veterans, the fifth largest veteran population in the country. The post honors veterans from the Binghamton area by hanging their photos and acknowledging their achievements. Meanwhile, this 4th of July, we're hearing some of the stories of America's first veterans. Volunteers have been working with the National Archives to transcribe military pension files from the Revolutionary War. Michael Yoshida has the story. And we all love our holiday.
Okay. That was a quick one. We didn't hear the story. What the hell happened to the story? Let me check it out here. As far as is there another one? That ended quite abruptly. The Post honors veterans from the Binghamton area by hanging photos and acknowledging achievements. The United States Air Force veteran and chaplain for the American Legion, John Yeager, says he encourages everyone to look into the history of your country on this holiday. And it goes back to the forming of the government, the forming of this country. As a veteran, he says, you have a tendency to think a little bit more about some of the sacrifices that were made by service members throughout the history of this great nation, Yeager said. And I do. I think about that now. That's what makes this country so great. We have such a great group of people there that as far as that goes, and it means a lot to me. So many have sacrificed so much. Not only the ultimate sacrifice, but also sacrificing range and time away from families to try to save other countries, to keep them and keep it free and keep it. And it's not just the military. I'm going to have to say that too, in the same light. It's not just the military. It's folks that are great Americans that get up every day to go to work, to build this country. That's what we're doing. When we go to work, we're building this country to maintain its greatness. I don't think a lot of people see that. And that's what's discouraging for me. When I do see that, it gets me sort of irked and such. And let's see, Sputnik, what did you say here? Let's see, I'm catching up on the thing. Hope everyone had a good New Year on 4/7/2004. A New Year. Okay, that's a different New Year. That's on a different calendar. 4/27, New Year. So you don't celebrate the regular traditional New Year of January 1st. Okay, that's where you got me curious now. What's so I'm not sure what that. Okay, yeah, Happy New Year. I guess whenever you start your year, I guess. The U.S. government has a fiscal year where they start in October, as far as that goes, instead of to traditional January 1st. So, okay, let's see what else we got in the news here. Fox 40 had a hot dog contest. Oh, this is interesting. Let's go to this one. This looks like an interesting one. Of course, 4th of July, they had the big hot dog contest down there in Jersey. I think that the guy that won it so many years, he was banned from it because of he sponsored a plant-based hot dog, and they didn't like that. He's not. You go to a Nathan's hot dog eating contest, and you're one of the strong contestants, but you make the stipulation you got to talk about the product that you're sponsoring. And Nathan said, "Get out of here, get out of here." But looks like Fox 40 had their own hot dog contest. Let's see what this one's about. Tony D, salute to you, sir. Hashtag positive start to today and good morning to the missus. And you heard that one. The missus says good morning. Let's see what this one's all about here on the thing here, the hot dog story.
Welcome back to the second annual Fox 40 Hot Dog Eating Competition, sponsored by Red and White Catering. The rules are simple. Whoever eats 5 hot dogs the fastest is the winner. 5 hot dogs and 8 competitors. We'll start with the group we'll affectionately refer to as the heavy underdogs, starting with David Barr.
Well, to be honest, I know I don't have a chance. I'm just doing this for fun.
To our anchor, Brooke Warpus, who says she's looking to redeem herself from a horrible showing in 2023.
You know, last year wasn't my greatest. I had about 1 hot dog, and then looking at the rest of them shoving hot dogs in their mouth kind of didn't make me want to eat any hot dogs. But today, I haven't eaten anything yet. I'm really hungry. Didn't bring anything else. So hopefully we're going to do a little bit better this year.
Joining Brooke in the women's division is Chloe Dutcher.
It was easy for me. I won the women's division. This year, the hot dogs are a little bit better. We got Red and White Catering. Very excited. The buns last year, I had a little bit of a hard time. Might be able to take it all this year. Who's to say?
And our chief meteorologist, Mark Torello, who's all but conceded the race before even seeing a dog.
I think I'm going to win it. I think I'm going to win it. Maybe not for eating the most hot dogs, but maybe eating the less hot dogs.
On the opposite end of the table, we have the top 3 from last year's contest, starting with 6'6" reporter Mike White, who's gotten very defensive very quick.
I mean, I don't know who's just calling it disappointing. You know, I came in third. That's a podium finish. I really don't know who's calling it disappointing. I ate 4 and 5 minutes. You know, I couldn't hang with Ziggy and Forrest, but you know, I feel like I did pretty good.
And to be fair, last July 4th, nobody could hang with Ziggy Hill and Forrest Danker. A photo finish that saw Ziggy hoist the first ever Fox 40 hot dog eating contest.
I barely slept. I dream about hot dogs. I dream about that portion of the hot dog I couldn't finish. I'm just trying to, you know, put that all to rest today.
And coming in, there were questions about the favorite, suggesting he wasn't taking this year's competition seriously enough.
He's a little laid back, but he could be practicing. He could have practiced for this one.
And 1 year after taking his title, Ziggy says he should feel confident.
You know, I feel like I'm allowed to be that way given my status so far. You know, I proved myself last year. No one else really did. I mean, Forrest was good comp. We got a new competitor this year, so you know, we'll see what happens, I guess.
As the anticipation and rivalry heated up between Forrest and Ziggy, one man lurked in the shadows, feeling more confident despite never having competed.
I'm planning to win, but, you know, that's all my only expectation is to win.
And without further ado, it's time to eat. Eaters, on your marks. 3, 2, 1, eat! And they were off.
Why's everybody in a hurry?
Ziggy, Mike, Brandon, and Forrest got to chowing down while the other side of the table was just content to enjoy some red and white hot dogs.
What hot dog? Red and white? Wow.
Right off the bat, Mark Torello took his time eating one.
Put on your ketchup.
Followed by Brooke and Dave, while Chloe once again boat raced the women's division.
Keep going, Chloe. Don't stop.
We head back to our heavy hitters.
Forrest is already one dog down. Is Ziggy as well?
Oh my God.
Where the pack seemed to separate around dog number 3 as Mike White struggled to keep up once again.
Who you got? Me.
Ziggy wasn't too far behind him as our reigning champ fell behind pace as he approached dog number 4, and who could blame him?
Looks like Forrest has a commanding lead at this point. Brandon kind of behind him right now.
Brandon took a heavy lead as he decided to dunk him.
I'm coming in this year with a technique, so I'm ready.
And as our newcomer approached the finish line, a Danker decided to steal Brandon's method to try to keep up. And with one more dog to go, Brandon did everything in his power to stay in the lead. Forrest raced back, and whoever swallowed their bun first would take the win. And it's another photo finish at the Fox 40 hot dog eating contest. Brandon Cardoza, the bulldozer's gonna take the win.
I was like, oh my God, if I drank mustard water for nothing and he is gonna win. So I just like shoved the rest of it in my mouth. That's why I won this. I won this for him. Shout out my boyfriend, Brad.
And as Brandon was crowned as the second annual Fox 40 hot dog eating champion, everyone else had to take in the day as losers.
I mean, I didn't dunk. I just followed the water. I couldn't, you know, I would never commit myself. That props to him. I'm not bashing at all, but just me personally, I'm just trying to do it old-fashioned. If I can't get it done, then, you know, it is what it is.
That's a wrap on Fox 40's second annual hot dog eating contest, sponsored by Red and White Catering. Some of the best hot dogs in the game. I don't know about you guys, but I'm probably going to be a little bit sick. Don't worry about that. Fox 40 News continues after this.
Hot dog eating contest. Those are the folks at Fox, the commentators and stuff like that. So that's pretty good. Let's see. Good morning, Tony, and good morning, Big Juice, Rich. Let's see, Big Juice, you're here. How you doing? You made it. You made it. Yeah. You still have your fingers? On that bit there, red and white, that was a store. Do they still have? The missus is joining us here eating her breakfast in the dining room studio. Did red and white still have stores?
I asked you. You said yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, during the bit, I was just trying to pay attention. I can't do.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I don't know.
But they looks like they're in the catering. Red and white used to be a prominent grocery store. I think there's some independent ones, but it looks like they did a catering thing. I'm gonna have to look into that.
I mean,
back in the day, all the grocery stores were really small.
Yeah, red and white, because there was one in Appalachian where I grew up, and here in this village here, that they were throughout the southern tier. So
Maybe it has nothing to do with the grocery store.
yeah, but that's still the same logo, the red and white.
Oh, is it?
Yeah,
That's
red
true.
and white, but it says catering on the bottom of it. So I found that pretty interesting. So the fireworks, you survived last night, Big Juice. That's fine. Oh, okay, Spucknick, you're giving us the okay. So that explains Happy Happy New Year. There, it's based on ancient Egypt calendar. Okay, that's the Egypt calendar. Okay, which is Mason and founding father. Oh, the Masons. Ooh, okay. Are you a traveling man? Do you wear the jewels of a traveling man, Spucknick? And I say that as a past person, based on the day the sun and Sirius raised together in the horizon. Oh, okay. I did not know that. I am more knowledgeable. I'm not a practicing traveling man. I don't have the jewels on me as far as a traveling man. So that's interesting. Thank you for explaining that, Spucknick. I appreciate that. That's pretty interesting. It's ancient Egypt calendar. It starts what was that? You had it back here. Oh, April 7th. Okay. I'll have to remember that one. I know there's some other ones and stuff like that. So I'm still stuck on the traditional one. Thank you very much, sir. Appreciate that. That's pretty interesting. But good morning, Tony D. Are you off today? You better be off today. Are you off today, or are you at work? Tony D, he's my number one favorite broadcaster, even though he doesn't broadcast. He's letting us know that down there in Warner Robins, Georgia, where he's at, it's 80 degrees Fahrenheit, high of 90 degrees, 78 for the low, sunny. And you're out of town. Oh, okay, that's right. You're at an undisclosed location. Okay, you're just popping in as far as that goes. And I said, did I say July 4th, Spucknick? I meant April 4th. April 4th. That's what you said. Or no, you said 4/7, April 7th, 2024. I'm sorry. But Tony, I hope you're traveling well. I hope you're having a good stay as far as that goes. As far as that goes, I don't know. Can you come up for a few? I'll offer it, but if not, I don't know. I got to see what else is in the news here. I don't know if you're capable of coming up as far as if you're mobile. Oh, do you have the mobile app? Or no, you don't need the mobile app. I can just send you the link. So it's I just offer it because we're not going for a walk this morning. It's too, what you said, it's too soupy, right? Yeah.
I call it yucky.
Yeah, right now it's 73 degrees here in the house, but it's a cool 73. We're outside at 73, but it started out just before the broadcast. It was at 71, so the temperature's going up. That means the humidity's out. So we're just going to take it. It's a weekend too. I could take the day off.
We're pretending it's the weekend.
What's that?
We're pretending it's the weekend.
It's
already?
not. It is. It's 4th of July weekend because
Oh, that's true.
it's a 4-day weekend.
That's
Remember?
right. Thursday. Yeah.
I should be a lawyer.
What are you arguing? Yeah.
Can't today. About to be. Oh, okay. I just wanted to offer it. No problem. No worries there, my friend. I'm glad to have you up here and good to see you. And I'm looking forward. The only sports I talked about, is baseball. Huh? Yeah. Well, we had the hot dog contest there. That was pretty interesting. I didn't realize it's a second annual hot dog thing. So that's pretty good. 5 hot dogs. I could polish 5 hot dogs like that. I know that I know 3 of them would be gone like in less than a minute. So I'd be way ahead of everybody else. I just wolf them down, man. It's just like maybe 2-3 bites and they're gone. But Tony D there, he's my brother veteran, my good friend and fellow broadcaster. He's been mostly doing the appearances on other broadcasts. My broadcast, he's been here on broadcasts. Excuse me. And also over there on Michael Bathurst. Is Michael still broadcasting? No, he's off now. He's not broadcasting. Tony D, there he is. Tony D. He's one of the good guys. One of the good guys that I like. And let's see, Michael Bathurst. He's right after that. Michael Bathurst. He's another broadcast. He was on here just a little bit ago. Let me check. He was on the Twitch. I saw him he popped up on the Twitch. No. And I still got to make Hal's card. Hal Massa's up on there too. Total Dad Gym Figure. They're all great guys. I enjoy watching them. And but Tony D, he does when NFL starts, he'll be doing the NFL football show that he does. Belt Kings Fantasy Football. I think he's had 2 seasons of it. Looking forward to a 3rd season, where he graciously allows me to come up and yap about football, even though I don't know squat about it. Michael Bathurst is on his broadcast also as a commentator. It says we're commentators, like we're professionals. So we're just boneheads. We're talking about football, but it's always fun. And it'll be interesting. It'll be good to have the start of football. Tony cranking that up, depending on his schedule, because he does get busy on the weekends. He turns a wrench for on those F-15s there that he works on, and but I always stress the fact that we do have fun on that broadcast. First season was okay. Second season, this last season was great. So it's one of the things I'm looking forward to. Probably another month or 2. I'm not sure when you started the broadcast. Was it when the season started, or did you start a broadcast just before the season started? I'm not sure, but he would have it every Sunday. And from what I've been hearing, Tony, there may be another sports show on Sundays, and I'll just leave it at that. We'll have to talk off the side on that. A little birdie has told me. And preseason. Okay, we'll be in preseason. We may have another. I don't know, and it's not Michael. I'll tell you that. I just heard about that the last couple of days here from somebody that there may be another sports. Actually, maybe 2. But I'm not going to say the individual is a mutual friend because or whatever. But I found that pretty funny. Yeah, okay, so you know what I'm talking about. Okay, so that's you're on. I just found out here was it yesterday or the day before? Somebody told me here online I was talking to and stuff, and it just like I just go, really? Okay, more power to them. Oh, 2 of them, huh? Yeah, there may be 2. I'll talk to you. I know one because one individual said they're going to be doing a Sunday morning sports. I heard that being said. So more power to them. They're just like we're going to have to talk about that because my contract is coming up, so I'm going to have certain stipulations in the contract about bonehead people coming up in the broadcast. And I'm not talking about Michael. Michael's okay. I'm just having fun. I hope they have, there's a lot of room. What the hell? Go for it. I just know going up on Tony's broadcast for Belt Kings Fantasy Football, we have pretty in-depth. And sometimes, this last season, we have a gentleman named Tim Brown who does to give him a plug there. He does the X Twitter Spaces. Very, very knowledgeable football player. I thought he was a great add-on when he would come up and stuff like that. So hopefully we can get him again because he has some great football insights and stuff. But you know the players. Michael, he has great insights. I think he just has a different twist about it. And then he's always trying to twist my ankle or twist my wrist or twist my arm there, in a manner of speaking, that we're always are. I don't argue with Michael. He likes to say we're arguing, but maybe back in the Haps day, I did have 1 or 2 arguments with him. But Spucknick saying greetings to Tony D. Thank you, Spucknick. Yeah, Tony D is a good guy. He's on Rumble too, Tony. He's on Rumble also. Let me put him up there. There it is. Tony D on Rumble. He said hi to you, Spucknick. He's known as Tony Tone 72. Give him a follow on Rumble also if you could. And he's a good guy. And so he pops in here, and I'm appreciative of you spending a little of your time there, Tony, on this 4th of July weekend. Just good to hear that you're what'd you say? You traveling? Preseason camp. About to be out and about. Oh, okay, you're out and about. That's right. You're out and about. So you're in your car probably cruising around and stuff like that. So I'm looking forward to that. Just to give that a sort of a plug. I got to start plugging that as far as that goes. And I have great fun on it. And it'll be interesting. I'm out of town. Oh, you're okay. That's right. That's right. You're out at a wedding. You're at a wedding. So the best to the bride and groom there. As far as that goes, enjoy yourself. Don't enjoy yourself too much, okay, my friend? You know what I'm talking about? Let's take it easy on the drinky stuff there as far as that goes. And let's see, we're at 10 on Rumble. Can we do another? No, we already did a campaign. Okay, so we can't do a campaign. But thank you, Rumble. We're holding the numbers on Rumble. 10 people on Rumble. What do we have over on X? And Tony's laughing. We have 2 people on X Live, so thank you on X Live. What do we have? We have 1 person on Kick. Thank you, Kick. And I'm not sure about the Facebook. Ooh, my stomach. I gotta get some. We're gonna have some bagels. I went shopping with the missus yesterday, the grocery shopping. So she can't lift a case of beer, so I got the beer. We got Yingling. Let's see, Sputnik, what are you saying here? You're saying Rumble froze and only saw Tony's greeting when I reloaded stream. Oh, let me. Yeah, here's his Rumble handle, Sputnik. It's Tony Tone 72. There it is. Because it has the Rumble logo right there. That's his Rumble handle there. Tony Tone 72. He's a good guy to follow. Follow him. I think it's Tony Tone 72. Let me get back to his Twitter here. Oh no, on X. This is X. This is on Twitter. It's X/Twitter. That's his Twitter handle there. Tony Tone 163. And so give him a follow. And so Rumble froze. How am I looking on Rumble? Let me check Rumble here. Hey, Jack. How you doing? You joining us back again? This is Jack, for those that are watching on the replay, and he's one of 5 cats that we have in the house. Let's see what we have on Rumble. Let me check the Rumble here. Okay, we're doing okay. Picture looks good. Okay, there's Jack hanging out. I like it. That's my buddy right there, Jack. Okay, let's see what else we got here in the news. So we had 3 articles from Fox 40, which I have no affiliation to, folks, okay? I just like all good. It happens often here. We have bad internet, most likely. Not on your end. Yeah, that's the internet, and that's the way of looking at it, Sputnik. It's just the internet, as far as that goes. And what is it? Hang on for a minute. You're talking about internet. I got this letter from Spectrum, and it's encouraging because it's important upcoming changes. Okay. And do we have another internet provider here in the southern tier, Tioga County and stuff like that? But it says, dear customers, Spectrum is committed to providing you with the latest state-of-the-art services, equipment, and technology. As a result, your current Spectrum plan will no longer be offering and will therefore be transit to a newer, more up-to-date package on or about 07/31/2024. So that's the end of this month. There is also a number of changes. Adding benefits, increases, and upcoming changes. And I think did they say it wasn't going to cost me anything? What does it say? It doesn't cost anything. Oh, okay, right here. Current services. It's yeah, it's gonna be a couple dollars less. But I'm getting some. This is what I'm getting. My internet on, well, this is going to be on the 9th, which is next Tuesday. Your existing internet speed will increase up to 100 megabytes. I thought I was getting 100 megabytes, but I'm not. Well, that'd be good. That's better internet. That means they've improved the thing. So I'm going to have a better internet. And I live in a rural area, Sputnik. And once your service has been updated, you will be accessed to explore additional Spectrum TV plan options. And then the internet, there's a maximum of, oh, they got, instead of standard, I'll have Spectrum TV Select, Disney Plus, and Basic included. I'll have Internet 100. I'll have all the, but I also have an additional mess load of extra channels right here. So I'm going to get Disney Plus for free. I don't really care for Disney, but this came in the news, or came in the mail here, that my internet will be improving and stuff. So we'll see how that works. But like you said, my internet has froze, and my problem for the most part over the years, Sputnik, was back in the early days when I was doing broadcasting on Haps and then on Twitch. I had an old Acers, and the missus is oh, she's vacuuming upstairs, so that's a signal. I got to start. I'm going to have to end the broadcast here because she's eventually going to come down here as far as that goes. So let's see. What else do we have? Anything? Let's go cover the rest of the news here. Anything on WNBF? Nothing over on. They're going to have an air show up at Binghamton Air, the Greater Binghamton Airport. The U.S. Navy Blue Angels will be presenting. Will be there. They flew in from Traverse City, Michigan, and preparing for the 2024 Greater Binghamton Air Show. The handpicked team of 160 personnel began test runs of their jets on Thursday this past week. The Blue Angels will be flying the iconic F-18 jet and will be quite the sight, soaring over the Broome County area on July 6th and 7th, which is this Saturday, tomorrow, and Sunday. Commander Alex Artemis said it's an honor to be part of the team. Every single one of them is here because they want to be. Artemis says they're exceptional talent. That's the pilots that and the team that maintain the aircraft. These exceptional professionals apply to be here, and they were handpicked to be part of a team to represent the Navy and the United States Marine Corps. So it's a you get tickets. I guess that's going to be jam packed. Maybe I might be lucky. And they, one of their roundabout flight paths will come over here, fly overhead there and stuff like that. So. And we have Smoke and Chows. Hey, Smoke, how you doing? Nothing much. We're just hanging out. I'm just ending the broadcast here. We've been on for an hour and 45 minutes. The missus is vacuuming, so she's eventually going to come down here. So that's my signal to end the broadcast as far as that goes. You're doing all right? Okay, smoking. Can you guys hear that vacuuming? You're doing all right? That's good. Oh, I see. Okay. Smoking. Hey, okay. I'm trying to remember. I was Power Pro in the Air Force. Oh, that's right. You were in the Air Force. That's right. Okay, you were Power Pro. That's right. Okay, United States Air Force. Smoking. Yeah, I guess I'm following you on. Let's see. Am I following you on Twitch? I'm following you. I'll follow you on Twitch there. There we go. I just followed you on Twitch. As far as that goes, so I'm just looking at your Twitch there. You got the stogie out there. I don't do the cigars. I choke on cigars there. So glad to have you here. Power Pro CE. Thank you. There we go. I heard that. Thank you for the follow, Smoking there. A former a brother veteran. I'll say that. United States Air Force. Power Pro CE. Prime rib. Remember prime beef? I should say prime beef. Remember those prime beef days? I have to mention that because Smoking knows what I'm talking about. That's the mobility team for Civil Engineering Squadron. The United States Air Force Fire Protection career field fell under Civil Engineering. So Power Pro, they were some good guys. Power Pro was in charge of the barriers, right? Did you do the Bach 13, Bach 9, and MA1A? When you guys were off, the fire department took over and did your job on the flight line there. Remember that? Just kidding. Power Pro guys were some good guys. Did you play early Madden? No, I don't get into the Madden games. And he says, yeah, I did all of those. Yeah, you did all of those. Yeah. That was Sputnik. No, my games, the games I play, and you can see it on my Twitch channel there. I end up playing. My primary game that I play is Lord of the Rings Online. I've been playing Guild Wars 2. I've been broadcasting those two, but along with that, I play PUBG Battlegrounds, and I've started playing showing online Company of Heroes. My brother was a firefighter as well. He got out a few. Oh, okay. Tell him I said hi. Hey, good for him. Thank you for his service. That's cool. At least he kept the same squadron in the family, right? Us fire dogs were better than you pro guys, you Power Pro guys. No, Power Pro guys, they were probably of all the shops, I think the Power Pro guys were some good folks. And who was the other guys? Some of the electricians were all right, because after hours, when I was overseas and my first duty assignment, I was in the alarm room. After hours, we'd call whoever was on the standby for after hours. Remember, if the fire department could give you a call if you were on standby. Hey, get your ass over here. They need the barriers, mate. The fire department screwed up the barriers. You got to come fix them. That's happened. I got to know the Bach 12 and Bach 9 up close and actually, I went to barrier school. There was a number of people. The fire department had to have a number of people. Yeah, the 4 a.m. barrier checks. Oh yeah, that's right. You guys did the barrier checks. I remember that. Yeah. We when I was at Aviano Air Base, it was a 10,000-foot runway, and they had an MA1A. I think it was a Bach 9, or no, it was a Bach 12 and the Bach 9. I think the Bach 9 was. I'm not sure. Yeah, every day. Yeah, I remember that. They had the B-52 brakes there for one of them. Please, can you a good fart? And smoking is saying, cool. I was you were at Ramstein. Okay, so we were alternate. Yeah. Okay. You want me to tell you a fire story? Oh, okay. This is a good fire story. This is a fun one. It's at the crash house. It's my first assignment back. I was over in Aviano Air Base from I went in the Air Force in 1977. I got assigned at Aviano Air Base in 77 to 80. My first assignment. I ended up going back there after I got married back in 86. But my first assignment. So I'm just a newbie. I'm just a probie. I'm just a slick sleeve. I don't have any rank. I'm in airman basic still. And we're sitting in the crash house, and this is my first week. I have a story before that when I got indoctrinated. My brother fire stories suck. He put out a dumpster fire and pronounced a guy dead in the basement. Yeah, I've been on those before. You get there and it's not a pretty sight and stuff like that. But this story is a funny story because we're sitting in the kitchen, okay, and I'm looking over. My crew chief, he has this nozzle. He's got it stuffed in his pants, and he has this nickel. And he has it right there, and he puts it on. I'm just sitting there, and I get a cup of, getting a drink. I didn't drink coffee then. I think I got a soda out of the soda machine. I'm watching him, and he's taking a nickel, and he did it several times, and he missed a thing. And being the brash young freaking bonehead I was, I said, I could do that, Sarge. He says, you think, Roberts? And I said, yeah. So I sat down. And I lined it up, and I says, I got to do this on the first try. So when I went back like this, all of a sudden, I felt something very wet in my pants. There was a guy standing there with a pitcher of water. Well, the nozzle was a funnel, and I had it in my pants. And they came around, and when I put my head back, I couldn't see. They snuck the thing over and dumped the water, and they wet my pants. So there's one of my fire stories. Some of the incidents I've been on some hangar fires. The primary purpose of what I was, a United States Air Force firefighter, was to provide firefighting coverage for incoming in-flight emergencies for the aircraft. That was our primary mission. The base structures, that was secondary. Our primary mission was, if it was possible, to rescue the life of the pilot and crew on that aircraft that was on the flight line. That was our primary mission. So I've been on a couple aircraft incidents involving B-52s, KC-135s, U-2, when I was the U-2 spy plane over in Korea twice, and fighters, F-16s, F-4s. That was the first fighter. Let's see. What Smoking said, we grew up around CE. My dad was an EA, and only reason younger brother took firefighting is because we grew up being told that they didn't do anything and got out of extra. We did get out of extra duty because, you got to be available for fire responses. I could say that's true. When I was stationed over at Wallace Air Station, that was a remote I did over in the Philippines, northern Luzon. You'll like this story, Smoking. It was a radar site. There was 2 radar bubbles, okay? It's no bigger than like maybe a couple blocks, okay? It wasn't that big. It was on northern Luzon on the South China Sea. We had a typhoon that came through, just tore up everything. Well, you had all these other people on the scope dopers from the base ops people and all that. They had to do on these work details. Well, I rode around in a Jeep help, and I didn't have to. I just because we had to be at the fire station. And what is it? So I had a clipboard, and I pretended I was busy and stuff, but I didn't have to do anything on that. Unless they directly needed the fire department and stuff like that. Sputnik says, were the B-52s loaded? Yeah, sometimes they were loaded. There was one incident when I was at McConnell Air Force Base, okay, out in Kansas, outside Wichita. We had a B-1 bomber that dropped a Mark 82. Well, actually, they were loading up Mark 82s. This is when they were qualifying the B-1 back in the early, it was 1990s. Okay, the B-1 just came into the inventory, and they were already qualified for nuclear capability, but for conventionals, it was they had the B-2 or B-1, I should say, the B-1 bomber at McConnell Air Force Base, and they were loading them up. The munitions guys were loading them up with Mark 48s, big bomb. A big ass bomb. And on the munitions trailer, one of them rolled off and hit the ground while everybody vacated. I was the assistant chief that night. We established a safety zone. There's multiple safety zones that went out. And no personnel were allowed within. We had a 1,000-foot cordon, which it went into Wichita. We had to evacuate a little bit of the Wichita city area to make sure nobody went in that area, because when these bombs take off, they take out everything within a 1,000-yard radius and stuff like that. So the thing of it is, the fuse was on, but it wasn't armed. So when it fell, they thought, that it got hit. So they're thinking you don't touch a munitions after it's been bumped, because you don't know what's going on. We had to cordon off the area, and we stood by, and we were waiting for EOD. This is like one of those, like Smokin was saying, we had to call the EOD folks, because this is like after hours, and there was only one EOD. So they had to get some more EOD folks to go in to check the munition out. And I remember at the fire station, that was the entry point. The fire station was right there. We were within the hot zone, but anybody going into the aircraft to the munition had to come through right next to the drive-through on the next to the fire department onto the flight line. The wing commander wanted to go out there, and I go to him. This is the first time I ever barked at a full bird colonel. I said, "Sir, with all due respect, you can't go out there." He goes, "What are you talking about, Sergeant Roberts? You know who I am?" I said, "Yes, sir. I know who you are, sir, but you can't go out there because you have a radio that's not intrinsically safe." He goes, "What the F are you talking about, Sarge?" And I said, "Look at your radio, sir. Do you have a green dot on your radio?" And he looks at it and he says, "No." I says, "Well, you look at my radio and you look at the radios at EOD, they're intrinsically safe. If you go out there and you bark and you say something on your radio, that radio," because that's the other thing, they had to make sure there was no radios that were non-intrinsically safe within the area of the munition, because that could set off the fuse. Okay. So EOD went out, they safetied it, and it was all down. And then I had a full bird colonel come back to him and apologize. He says, "Thank you, Sarge, for keeping me, you did a good job." I said, "I'm just doing my training, sir. I didn't want you blown up in a million pieces there." And he says, I thank you, Sergeant Roberts." So there's another war story. So we had some incidents. The vast majority of the fire incidents I were on, they seemed serious at first, but then once it was all done, we did have some bad ones, though. I don't really like to go into. I like to go into the funny ones because nobody got hurt. I don't like as a firefighter, especially after having done that for 20 years. I don't like. I do not like talking about the bad shit. The funny stuff is funny, okay? And don't get me wrong, I enjoy telling those funny stories, and it's sort of comical afterwards and stuff. And but that's what made being in this. And you probably have some funny stories too, Smoke. I know those Power Pro guys, they were always they were a good bunch of guys. Everybody at CE was, except the first. I only the 20 years I was in, I think I've only had 2 good first shirts when I was in the service for civil engineering. We had one that was a real bonehead, but that's time for another story as far as that goes. Let's see. Sputnik, holy shit, even a radio. Yeah, radio. If you do not have an it's called intrinsically safe radio, meaning it's transmitting, the signal will not interfere with other electrical components. And the fire department radios were intrinsically safe because we were always going in. We had this training exercise. It was called, oddly enough, there was a movie about it, but it's an actual exercise that the United States Air Force Fire Protection does. It's called a broken arrow. When you have a nuclear weapon that's been compromised. And that's another thing. The radios have to be intrinsically safe because there's a possibility that a radio signal could set off a munition if there's electronics involved. Okay, Sputnik, and so that was something that, and I knew the wing commander did not have an intrinsically safe. He said after he apologized, "You know what, Sarge, I'm going to make sure I have an intrinsically safe radios on all my," because he had no idea, and he just thought that was what did he say? Is that's pretty good attention to detail. And he says, well, I knew you didn't have some, sir, because I could see on your radio. It's pretty clear cut which radios. And that's one thing when dealing with that type of incident. You got to make sure everything's safe. There's a whole checklist you have to go through. And sometimes, it's in your head, but sometimes that's one of those things that we were, when I was in munitions school, that's one of the schools we had to go to as a firefighter, especially a senior firefighter. If you're an assistant chief, you're in the hierarchy as a crew chief or senior or assistant chief. You had to know about munitions because you were dealing with it, and whatnot. But I can tell you a whole bunch of other more, Sputnik. Thank you for listening to me as far as that goes. You found it interesting, but it's a whole different military now from what I hear from people I still know that are associated with the fire department in the United States Air Force. I have a very good friend I've known. We went to fire school together some 45 years ago. He's the fire chief down there at Shepherd Air Force Base. And if you're watching on the Facebook, Dave, good morning and hello. He's a GS god now. He retired as senior chief master. He went almost 30 years. He got out at 28, I think, to take this chief's position. And he's a good friend. He's a good old boy from Massachusetts, but he lives down there in Texas. Guessing they lowered the output power or changed the frequency, something along those lines, I guess. Lucky you pointed that out. No, it's not changing that. It's an actual function. It's called intrinsically safe, unless they change things. Yeah, pretty much after I got out, most of the people I was with couldn't get out fast enough. There you go. What year did you get out, Smoke? I got out. I went in active 1977 after I got out of high school, and I spent 20 years in. So I'm a 20-year guy. I could have stayed in. I had a step promotion, but I turned it down. The fire chief was pissed at me over at Yokota Air Base. The fire chief, Chief Sanders, he was furious. He says, Robbie, you don't turn those down. I said, Chief, with all due respect, I have to. I'm thinking of my family right now. I've been in 20 years, and it's time to think about the family. And if I would have stayed in, I probably would have been deployed over there in the sand and stuff like that, because 2013. Okay. You retired. Okay. You got 20 years in. Okay. You're 20 years. Thank you for your service. 20 years of retired. I retired as a tech. I had a little bump in the road. And that's one of the things I mentioned too, because I had high year tenure as an E7, as a tech sergeant. Or was it E6? No, E6. E6 is tech sergeant. And he says, Robbie, we want you to stay in because you have what did he say? He said, you're an example of continuity we want to maintain. So I said, sorry, Chief, I can't. And he was pissed. Oh my God, was he pissed? No, I was med board out after breaking my back. Oh, okay. So you got a medical. Okay, gotcha. Okay. Are you doing pretty good then? You're back? And a TBI. What's that? TBI? A TBI. Okay. TBI. Okay. So, but I was in for 20. I'm managing. Okay. That's good to hear. Just take care of yourself and stuff. Do you have to deal with the VA a lot? Because I've been lucky, knock on wood. I haven't gone that route as far as activating the VA for my health care and stuff. I'm still on the TRICARE for life and stuff like that. So I can use the local hospital here down in Sayre, Pennsylvania and stuff. But the fire chief was pissed, and he says, you don't turn them down, or I would have stayed in. They would have pinned master on me, and I probably would have ended up making senior after that. But I said, hey, Chief, I have a bump in the road from Korea. And he says, that doesn't mean shit, Robbie. That's minuscule. I always took it. That's why I didn't make tech, or that's why I didn't make master. I fell behind. I got my 100% as soon as I got out. Good for you. That's good. That's good. And I hope you do well. Just take care of yourself, because those injuries, once you get older, I've been lucky. I've had a couple scrapes and scraps there, in my time, but I came out with 10 fingers and 10 toes. So and I've had some good friends that didn't really, especially going back in the early days, that didn't make it as far as that goes. But I still remember them. They're in my heart. Hey, folks, I could talk for another hour on this stuff, but we went to 2 hours. Holy shit. I'm going to have to back out of here and exit stage left, folks, as far as that goes. So it's been great talking with you, Smoke. Glad to have you. Great to be following you. Great to be following you, Sputnik. Thank you very much. Have a great day, bud. Yes, I will. You too, Smoke. You have a great day. Great talking to you. Again, thank your brother for his service as a firefighter too. Tell him you know some bonehead firefighter in upstate New York that used to be in the Air Force. You have a good one, Smoke. The same with you, Sputnik. Appreciate it. Tony D, thank you for being here as well. As I'm going back, checking who is here. Thank you, Tony. Thank you, Big Juice. Big Juice, you are here. You have all 10 fingers and 10 toes. Thank you for being here, Big Juice, coming in from Ohio. Thank you. Let's see, going back on the list. Tina, thank you, Tina, our Jersey girl. And thank you, Tim Fan 40. So those are the folks that were in the chat. I want to say thank you very much. Greatly appreciate it being here on this Friday. We're part of the 4th of July weekend. And I want to say thank you to you. Thank you all for those that were watching. Greatly appreciate those on Rumble, Locals, YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, and as well as Kit. Sputnik says, thank you, Rich. Love the stories. Be well. You too. Thank you. Great. Glad to be following you here on the Rumble. And for those people that are watching on the replay, thank you very much. I greatly appreciate it. So we're continuing with the 4th of July weekend here, 4-day weekend. We're already into the weekend, folks. This isn't, thank God, it's Friday. We're already in our weekend here in the United States. We're celebrating the 248th birthday of these United States that I am proud to say and had the honor of serving my country, and I love living here, and I'm a proud American, and anybody says otherwise, you're full of shit. All right, folks, you all have a great one wherever you may be on this big blue marble. Live life, have fun. Ciao for now. As always, peace. Take care, folks. God bless.